everybody. Most of you know me. I'm Mrs. Lieber, and I'm an educational assistant that works in the Division 1 area, but I'm also part of Sakaw Gardens, and today we have some other people joining us to read the book Stone Soup. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Sandy Giesler, and I am the food bank coordinator for the gardens.
And I am Cindy Selsley, and I'm the educational coordinator at the gardens.
The author of this book, it was retold by Heather Forrest, and the illustrator is Susan Gabber.
Stone Soup is a popular European folktale that's been told and retold for centuries. In the French version, travelers are cast as soldiers, and the townspeople are fearful of being generous because of the ravages of war.
In Sweden, the story features a tramp who teaches a stingy old woman generosity by using a nail to start a scrumptious nail broth.
In the Russian version, an axe serves as the soup starter. Everywhere the tale is told, the plot ends with the optimistic realization that when each person makes a small contribution, the collective impact can be huge.
This contemporary version of Stone Soup takes place in a village located anywhere that people learn about the pleasure of sharing.
There once was a comfortable little village nestled in the mountains. The people who lived there had more than enough to keep themselves content. One day, two travelers came along. Their coats were tattered, their hats were torn, their dusty shoes had holes in their soles. Hungry and tired, one traveler said to the other, "Surely someone here can spare a bit of food." They knocked boldly on a door. It creaked open and a woman asked, "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers, "we are hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food?" The woman squinted her eyes and tartly replied, "No." She quickly slammed the door shut. The travelers walked a little further down the road and knocked on another door. A young boy answered. His chocolate brown eyes were sweet. "Good day," he said shyly. "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers, "we're hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food?" The boy replied, "There is no food here," and closed the door. The travelers wandered wearily through the village, knocking on every door. But everywhere they heard, "I don't care, I won't share, there is no food." They sat to rest beside a well. One traveler sighed and clutched his empty belly. He said, "If there is really no food in this elegant little village, then the people who live here are in greater need than we are. We should make them our magical soup."
The two travelers climbed up on the edge of the well and shouted, "We are master cooks! If anyone in this town has a big black pot, we will make the most delicious soup anyone ever tasted." A door slowly opened. A round man emerged carrying a gigantic black pot. "I love to eat," he said. "Here's a pot. Let me see what two master cooks can do with it." "Watch and see," said one traveler with glee. The travelers filled the pot with cold water and built a fire. Soon the flames licked the sides of the pot and billows of steam rose into the air. Curious people began to gather. "What is happening?" said the townspeople. "We are making an unusual soup," said one of the travelers. "It requires a special magical ingredient. I am certain we will find it in this town." All the eyes in the crowd watched as one of the travelers reached down and picked up an ordinary stone. He tossed it into the pot with a splash. "We're making stone soup," he said. "It will be nutritious, delicious, incredible, and edible. But it will taste better," he paused and sighed, "if we only had a carrot." Where would we find a carrot in this town? The other traveler asked. We knocked on every door and everywhere we heard. I don't care. I won't share. There is no food. Then perhaps we cannot make this delicious soup after all, they both announced with a sad shrug of their shoulders, and began to turn away. A child timidly raised her hand and said, Wait! I might have a small carrot.
Excellent, shouted the travelers. Bring what you've got. Put it in the pot. We're making stone soup. This magical soup would taste even better if we had a potato, they added. A deep voice in the back of the crowd called, I have a potato. Wonderful, shouted the travelers. Bring what you've got. Put it in the pot. We're making stone soup. It would taste better still, they said, if we had just a few more ingredients. Perhaps, said one villager, I could bring a green bean. Well, said another, if you're going to bring a green bean, I will bring a kernel of corn. I shall not be outdone, cried another. I will bring an egg noodle. One by one, voices announced, I will bring a slice of celery. I will bring a pinch of pepper. I can bring a sprig of parsley. I might have a tiny turnip. Well, what are you waiting for? Cried the travelers. Bring what you've got. Put it in the pot. We are making stone soup. Everyone in the town ran home to bring one small thing to put in the pot. Food flew through the air and landed with splashes in the growing soup. Soon the huge pot was full and simmering, and a wonderful smell drifted through the air. The smell was so tempting that people brought out bowls and spoons and chairs and tables. They placed hearty loaves of bread, chunks of cheese, bowls of fruit on the tablecloths. Everyone came to taste the soup and marveled at the flavor. It's so amazing, said one woman. These two travelers made such a delicious soup out of a stone. Out of a stone, said the travelers with a magical grin. And one secret ingredient, sharing. As the travelers left the town, they said, if anyone wants to make this soup again, just remember the recipe. Bring what you've got, put it in the pot. Every bit counts, from the largest to the least. Together we can celebrate a stone soup feast. The end.
On October 18th, there is a group of us that will be coming to the school to make stone soup with students. Last year we participated and had a couple of classes come in and help us wash and clean and cut and actually cook the soup. We're doing the same this year. So their ingredients that are coming will come from the school plot that was planted last school year. We'll be taking some of those ingredients and bringing them to the school, as well as other ingredients that we're taking from our own garden plots and anybody who has donations for us. So we're looking forward to feeding the school and hope you all enjoy our stone soup. Thank you.